everyone, it's me coming to you Curly and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going into kind of a new video and I think I might be starting a new series here, and this is going to be all of the tips for new naturals or just naturals who are unsure about what to do with their hair. If you kind of hit a roadblock in your natural hair journey, then this is for you. I'm most likely going to be speaking in terms of new naturals, so if you have made the decision to no longer put relaxer in your hair, congrats to you. The first thing that I will say for anyone who is a new natural, the first thing that you need to look at is not what your curl type is, not what type of styles are going to work for your hair or how can I achieve this style, what tutorials do I need to look at. Throw all of your styles and things away, because being natural is not just a trend and a stylish thing. If you really want to make it worth it, it's an investment as far as time. There is some money involved, of course, but there's a lot of time invested into it. So the first thing I'll say is be patient, okay? Regardless of what your hair type is, if you have had relaxer in your hair, the only way to get rid of those practically damaged hair is to either cut it all off or to transition. And if you want waist length, tailbone length, bra strap length hair in its natural curly state, it's not going to happen overnight. For people of certain curl types, the rate of your hair not so much as growing faster, it's just how the curls fall. So the straighter your hair is, it's just going to grow down. The curlier and kinkier hair is, it's growing in a spiral. So it may look like it's not growing, but it really is. It's just growing like this versus straight down or like that. If you're not patient, you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna wanna put a relaxer in, or you're just gonna wanna keep short hair and just do wigs and protective styles. And if that's what works for you, then go right ahead. But if you really want to wear your hair and embrace it and achieve those length goals or health goals, you have to be patient. And number two, many of you may not have actually washed your own hair on its own versus, when you go to the salon, they do all of that for you. You get a wash a couple times, they may condition it, do a little treatment under the dryer, and then you go straight to styling. So if you're gonna do all this yourself, I would say plan out your day where you're going to have enough time to do these things, because a full wash day includes shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, and then whatever styling and moisturizing process you're going to go through. The main things, of course, are washing, deep conditioning, and then your style regimen. If you want to minimize it to as little as possible, keep those three things in mind: wash, deep condition, style. Now, if you want the full expanded thing, as far as like what my wash day routine is, I will put the link to a video up there where you can kind of see exactly how I go about it. But I would say starting out, don't pick the most complicated routine. So if you're looking at routines that require 7 to 10 steps and you're not going to have the time or the patience to go through that all the time, don't pick a regimen that's going to do that. How do I know which products are going to work for me? People get really hooked on products and feel that the products are making and breaking either the style or the look of the hair. And although that is true to an extent, products can enhance or take away from the style of your hair or the health of your hair, but they don't make it all in what it is. If you're regular and consistent with what you do and you don't switch it up and add in too many different things all the time, then your hair is going to adjust and it's going to act accordingly. Next, and I've done videos on porosity before, but again, find out your hair porosity. Now, if you don't know what that is, I will put a link to one of my videos and maybe some other videos that might break it down even easier as to how to do a porosity test and things like that. If you don't already know, porosity, hair porosity is basically the ability of your hair to absorb and receive moisture. For me, I'm high porosity, but you can be high, medium, or low porosity. We'll do in another video what that actually means, but basically write that down so that you can either do your own research or figure out what your porosity is, because that's really going to be the key to not only finding the right products for your hair, but also the right techniques and other practices that you should do with your hair. Lastly, I would say if you are a new natural and you really want to say, regardless of where your hair length is, if you really want to maintain healthy hair, and this goes for anyone, but if you're new, stay away from heat. Just don't do it. If you've just come off of relaxer, putting heat onto your hair is not going to help it at all because your hair is already in a fragile state. Now, unless you've done a big chop where that's just untouched hair, then if you decide you want to do a silk press or something, you know, have a short little press like that, that's one thing. But I would not recommend applying any heat to your hair for at least 6 months to a year. You will thank me if you do that, because heat has a way of damaging your hair so much, and it can be very addicting. You know, when you're used to having your hair straight, you want to just keep doing it and keep doing it, but depending on the weather changes or how your hair falls the next morning, you're gonna have to keep reapplying that heat. And it's not so much the one time that you put on heat, it's the reapplication of doing it again and again and again. So just stay away from heat. Don't do it. Decide whenever it is the last day you want to go and press your hair out. Let that be the last day. And then after that, go and say, all right, no heat for at least 6 months. Or if you really want to make it stretch out and be worth it, go all the way out for a whole year. Take a before picture and then take an after picture within that time period, and you will see the difference. That's pretty much it of these brief little intro tips into being a new natural. And share this video with your friends and family who also may be new naturals. Stay tuned for more in this series, and next time we will be getting into a little bit more detail with some tips. If you have any questions that you would like answered in this series, definitely leave me a comment below. Also, feel free to check out my Instagram, follow me on there. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.